Hello everybody, Tyrannodorkus here, and I am bringing you a quick video to show you off some settlement tips and tricks in order to help you get build up your settlement a little bit better and easier whenever you're playing out Fallout 4. So let's go ahead and get straight to the tips. Alright. The biggest trick here right now is called the rug trick, and what the rug trick does is allow you to clip items into other items. Now a quick example would be, say you wanted to build a nice fence. Let me go ahead and build this out. And you wanted to have this nice, okay, open it up. So you want to start off a big old junk fence. But the problem is, whenever you try setting up some other fences around it, you usually can't put it right next to it. Like, let's see if I can't do it. There we go. That actually looks pretty good. But as you see, I had to finagle it a little bit, and it's gone past the fence. If I want to do something like, say, this fence, you got those tires in the way. Now, I can't put it right next to this fence because it's got a much larger clipping area. And so as you can see, it's red. And the closest I can get it is... there we go. Although the problem is you now have this wide gap. So what the rug trick does is allow you to use a rug in place of... use the rug's... what you call... it uses the rug's clipping area, so you got a much lower area in order to worry about. In order to use this trick, you have to place a rug, and then you'll take your fence, and you have to place the fence on top of the rug. And then you can pick up the rug, and now you can move the fence. And now I can put the fence anywhere because the rug is still green, so let me put it like right there. And that definitely gets rid of that gap that I had a problem with just a minute ago. Now, a quick problem is if you're having issues with the rug trick, because not every item can be used on the rug trick. Specifically prefabs, floors, and walls and stuff. You can't place them on the rug and then you move the rug because they're pretty much set as is when they're replaced. You can use the rug trick on fences and pretty much furniture and I think ground decorations. Same with power, defenses. I'm not sure about resources. A lot of resources seem to be small. You probably could. But it can pretty much be used on anything else that's on the ground. If you're having trouble with the rug trick, then what I suggest using is a larger rug just to practice for a little bit. Because sometimes the rug trick can be a little hard in order to figure out. So let me go ahead and use this. Because sometimes when you just lay the thing on the rug, it doesn't always work. It looks like it's working there. But a lot of times you just need to try to find that sweet spot and you're not sure why it's not picking it up just right. So use a larger rug in order to help try and find what the sweet spot is on these things. And it looks like this one is all over the place. But a good sweet spot to look for is whenever you're moving this and you notice how it's going to kind of pop up really quickly. Like that. And you're pretty sure that's probably the sweet spot it's on. And voila, there it is. If I was to push it back forward, there it's down again. If I try picking up the rug, it's not going anywhere. So whenever you're playing on the rug, try and see if it like pops up a little bit and you're probably on that sweet spot. Okay, let's say you hit your settlement size limit max. You want to try to build something else, but you are now at max size. Now, the way that you're supposed to do this is you're supposed to get rid of something. So, get rid of this table. Now I can make another table. But what if I don't want to get rid of something, I just want to keep adding? but I need to bring down that settlement size. The trick that you have to use is called the gun trick. Or really, it's any kind of item that you have, but the guns are usually pretty easy since they're large items. So let's go ahead and toss out a bunch of guns and pick them up. So let's see. Alright, so I have a bunch of these items. Now, in order to bring down the settlement size, is you go into your build list, and then you just select, or you tab, and then store them away. Tab and store them. And you'll notice how the size came down really quick. That's because guns have apparently a much larger size use than many of the other objects that you can build. So it's pretty quick to bring down size very fast. And now I can build more tables if I want. Voila. And now I've got past the size settlement max. So, settlement size. That's usually a good bottleneck for people who want to be really creative for their settlements. And if you're on a PC, you have a good option open up to you that makes it a lot easier than using a gun trick. The option to you is using console command. What you can do is go up to your workbench, open up your console window, click on the workbench. You'll know you have it whenever you get EP set. Once you have the workbench targeted, you'll type in setav space 34B space, and then just type in a really large number. And what that'll do is set the settlement to the game's maximum settlement standard. You can still hit the roof of the settlement size, in which you'll still need to use the gun trick, but that should still get you on the way pretty easily, or get you a much larger settlement size pretty easily. Alright. Now, also, if you're on a PC, you have another option open up to you called God Mode. Now, God Mode does a lot for you in this game, but it also helps out in your settlements. What you have access to in God Mode is if you go into Build Mode, and you'll notice you have a limited number of supplies. Like I have about 2,649 wood, 4,317 steel. So if I was to place these items out, it's using up my resources. Let me go ahead and get rid of these. Now, under God mode, you're giving infinite amount of resources. In order to do that for God mode is you type in toggle God mode, in order to do that, you type in TGM, which stands for toggle God mode. And now that God mode's enabled, you'll notice it only shows 999 wood and steel, but I can put down as many as I want and it's not using up any resources whatsoever. And that's God mode. The uses for that is if you're in a settlement that's not connected by a supply route, or if you have absolutely no supplies and you just want to start building without having to worry about grabbing a bunch of supplies. And that should help out. Alright, so if you're on a PC, then you have a couple of extra options open up to you. One of them being called the scrapall option. So, whenever you add a new settlement, do not suggest doing this at like large settlements unless you're really just wanting to get rid of everything and start from scratch. You can do a scrap all command. And what the scrap all command does is scrap everything in the entire settlement. Not in all settlements, just the one that you're in. So if I wanted to go ahead and clear my settlement here to start over from scratch, I would open up console and then type in scrap all, one word. And this is it. Boop. Whoa. Yeah, it took it a little bit because there was a lot of stuff here. As you can see, 1,480 items stored, or 1,480 items scrapped and 354 items stored. All right, let's get out of this. Yay. And now I've started over from scratch in this entire settlement at Starlight. So I can start over. Alright, so that's all the tips and tricks I have for now. I hope they've helped you be able to figure out building out some really cool settlements and help you out also playing the game. Because some of these limitations that Bethesda put on here seems a little wasted opportunity for settlements, because settlements really settlements really have a lot to them that you can do. So I hope these tips and tricks helped out.